Welcome back. We're waiting for Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh to resume his testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee. So far, we've seen Judge Kavanaugh angrily and occasionally emotionally denying allegations that he had ever sexually assaulted anyone. CNN national political reporter MJ Lee has been inside the hearing room all day. MJ, what was the reaction in the room to Kavanaugh's 45-minute defiant opening statement?
Incredibly defiant, Jake, and just incredible to see just how angry and frustrated he was. Asked for the people who were in the room, similar to when Christine Blasey Ford was testifying. There were people seated behind Brett Kavanaugh who were also crying, wiping away tears. He obviously mentioned during his testimony that some of his closest friends who have been with him throughout the years and have really had his back over the last trying 2 weeks or so, that they were in the audience. So this has been an emotional moment for them as well. Jake?
All right, MJ Lee, thank you so much. Gloria Borger and Dana Bash are joining our panel now. And Dana Bash, what are you hearing from your Republican sources about the reaction to Kavanaugh's testimony? It's such a Rorschach test. I see
really
people
is.
on social media, liberals who loved Professor Ford and conservatives who found many holes in her testimony. And the reverse is happening now. Conservatives who say they love to see him fighting back. He's an innocent man. And liberals, in many cases, mocking him.
Which is exactly what I'm hearing, and kind of what you would expect in a situation where it is his story versus her story, without a lot of actual facts to help back it up, which is the whole point that the Democrats are making, that it would be nice to have an investigation. It was interesting to hear Kavanaugh, in an answer to Dianne Feinstein, say, sure, bring it on. Let's get the facts. But with regard to kind of the dynamics in the zeitgeist right now among Republicans, those who were thinking that this is done this morning after hearing from Professor Ford are feeling a little bit better about his chances for a couple reasons. Number one, she understandably came across as incredibly emotional, incredibly credible, and they feel that he does too. That, yes, he was crying, and that showed the human side of him, that he's not some sort of monster, that he actually, feels horrible about the way that this has gone down, particularly how it's made his family feel. The other side is something that is making a lot of people kind of sit back, the fact that he was yelling, he was screaming, he was fighting, he was taking no prisoners at all with the way he was talking and the language. And that was completely directed at Donald Trump and the Republican base, who want to see that kind of fight against a Democratic Party that they think have been railroading him.
And Gloria, he tried to walk a line, Judge Kavanaugh, not attacking Professor Ford, but attacking her allegation.
Absolutely.
Pointing out that it was not only uncorroborated in his words, but refuted by other people who had been there, saying that he doesn't question whether or not something happened to her at some place by someone, but that it wasn't him. Did he succeed? Did he pull it off?
Well, I think he did. As we were talking earlier, there's a difference between saying that she's a liar versus saying that she is mistaken. And I think he tried to walk that line, not accusing her of lying. I mean, I think there was a really emotional moment when his young daughter said, let's pray for her. And that was when he kind of broke down, and a lot of people I've been texting with kind of broke down. He said, she's mistaken. It's not, it wasn't me. And the Republicans that I've been texting with one said to me, I'm literally in tears watching this, just as a way you could feel emotional with her, you felt emotional with him defending himself.
Here's Judge Kavanaugh. Let's listen in.